On the 19th March this year, I met with President Obama with 9 other youth leaders from Southeast Asia to talk about this very important topic, the untapped potential of millennials. I want to bring you back in time and give you some perspective. Imagine that you are in the middle of tea plantation with a huge mountain in the background. You feel the breeze, the fresh air, you hear the water flowing and the birds chirping. Far on the horizon, you see a group of children running around. Some of them look so dirty with their muddy clothes, some of them holding a fishing rod and a bucket of fish, and some of them like running with kites all around the tea plantation. If you look closely enough, you might just see me, a young Angga with his friend playing in his hometown. I was born and raised in Kayu Aro, a small farming village in the foothill of Kerinci Mountain in the western part of Sumatra. Like many other places in Indonesia, this place was home to farmers and migrant communities. People are moving here because of the farming opportunities. My parents, they were teachers. As an educator, they were very keen for me to receive a good education. I was one of the lucky ones, but not my friends. The challenges of everyday life, poverty, and inequality were things I saw all around me when I was growing up. It was not rare to see my friend get pregnant and married before finishing high school. Even 40% of them are dropped out before finishing high school. When this has happened, continuing to higher education is out of the question. You know, I don't blame them and I cannot blame them. Continuing to higher education is beyond their reach. Maybe because they have new family to raise, or maybe because they have become the breadwinners of the family, or maybe because their family or community doesn't really think education is important. But the underlying issues are similar. There was no support and there was no information. This plays out throughout Indonesia. 65 million. This is the total number of young people in Indonesia between the age of 16 to 30. This is Indonesian millennial. Experts define millennial as those who were born from the 1981 to 1996. I want to play a game with you today. Who are here are baby boomers? Raise your hand. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right, a lot of millennials. Okay, actually millennials, according to experts, are the children of baby boomers. 65 million, this is a huge number. To give you more perspective, the total population of young people in Indonesia are actually almost the same number with total population of United Kingdoms, and actually 12 times larger than the total population of Singapore. What does it mean? Just imagine what Singapore has done with 5 million people. Empowering young people or millennials is actually true keys to unlock economic opportunity and development, only if they have space to participate, opportunity to develop their skills, and investment made for their future. Unfortunately, 19% of Indonesian young people are unemployed. This is a huge number compared with other G20 countries such as Australia with 12.5% or Mexico with 7.3%. Indonesia, also one of the countries with the highest child brides around the world. Around 1 in every 9 girls in Indonesia are actually married before the age of 18. This is a huge problem. And one of the example, and this problem actually, if we can combat child marriage, that means we can reach the potential of young people in Indonesia. Let's go back to the experience of my friend in Kayuwaro. If they got an opportunity to learn about reproductive health, or their friends know, and family knows about the importance of staying in school, this will change their future. When we move from policy discourse to public opinion about millennials, the results are also similar. Instead of talking about their potential, people are talking about millennials in a more negative way, ranging from the importance of virginity tests in school to fights, or in Indonesian we call it tawuran, among schools. It's mainly negative. The references in the entertainment industry also the same. From Hollywood to Nollywood, from Bollywood to K-pop, often portrays millennial as a selfie takers, always holding their phone. They don't know what to do with their future. Very narcissistic generation. This is harmful in 3 ways. By having a portrait of millennial as an unproductive generation will further limit their opportunity to participate fully. Second, young people are an extremely diverse generation. They are leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs, you name it. But some of them also living with HIV. They are street children. They are refugees and displaced. They are youth with diverse sexual orientation, among others. So by having one single ideal portrait of millennial, we'll further create a policy that will discriminate and don't add people who don't fit the stereotypes. Third, phone is not a bad thing. I use my phone for all range of activities, from making a call, browsing to the internet. I also sometimes use my phone to read Quran. But I also use my phone to work together with different young people around Indonesia and start social campaign and reach thousands of them. I'm struck with the possibility and also the fact that not all young people in Indonesia can access the same medium to communicate to others. Around 25% young people here in the country still have no access to internet. Even in 2017, 6.2% of households in mostly rural Indonesia are still live in the dark without access to electricity. I was lucky because my dad bought me a computer back home in 2000. Ours was the first computer in the family and in the village. And my mom used to tell me that we will spend all the money that we have as long as it is for education. But again, our family was one of many. We need more supportive environments like this. This computer, by the way, really helps me. Not only to introduce me to the latest technology and also introduce me to the new universe of Harry Potter and Star Wars, it's also helped me to find a lot of volunteering opportunity outside my village. When I left Kerinci, I came to realize that I was living in a country that is changing fast. I also come to realize that to keep up with these changes, young people like me need to position ourselves wisely. And also we need young people to sit on the table on the policy-making process that can sound our voice. I took up these challenges by moving to Jakarta, the capital, expanding my role as an active volunteer to get a full-time job and continue my education to my dream schools. I started working on these issues of youth development because of that. That challenges not only the challenges for me, but also something that sparked my passion on youth development and participation. I was working on these issues since I was 18, and I'm honored to serve the United Nations system since I was 21, perhaps becoming one of the youngest and first person to work in such position in the country. I am now 27, and with my current role as the UN Youth Advisor for Sustainable Development Goals implementation in Indonesia, I have a rare opportunity to work and advise the government and the UN on ways to involve young people, on how to put them and bring them as a priority and part of solution, and to represent and bring their voice to different forums here and abroad. I also have a rare opportunity to work with my peers, with amazing young leaders across Indonesia, to listen to their project and also becoming their peers and work together. However, I also still experience some ageism. You are too young, your experience is not enough, have become some of the words that I usually hear during my work. If I am hearing that, with all the opportunity I have in work and education, you can imagine what everyone else is hearing. Sometimes I also feel unmotivated. And now I want to talk to all the youth here and also online. This is my tips. Mentorship is important for young people. I always remember what one of my mentors ever said. She said like this: in doing the work in advocacy and in this field, you have to think about three things. You have to think like an academic, you have to plan like a strategist, and you have to act like a diplomat. This is my mantra, and the good news is, from today and now on, this can be your mantra too. We frequently hear about the needs for youth participation, especially when it comes to politics and economy. But it is not enough for us just to be there and for adults or people to consider us as an audience. When meeting President Obama, we talk about the needs of involving young people on the table, on how partnership and considering young people as a partners is important, not as a token or symbol of inclusion. We also talk about the importance of mentorship, on how intergenerational dialogue is important to shape the future and to fight populism now. So today, I want to challenge all of you. I want you to think about one millennial that is very close in your life or dear in your heart. Think about their challenges and their opportunity. This could be your children or a person you're working with. From tomorrow, I want you to be their mentor. Work together with them and bring them to the table. Provide a space, opportunity, and investment to their future. I want you to tell them that no matter where they are or where they come from, their dreams are valid and they can change the world even if they live in the shadow of Kayu Aro. I thank you so much.